ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। अगजाननपद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तम् उपास्महे। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिणयनां माणिक्यमौळिस्फुरत्तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं आभीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां मणिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत्पराम् अम्बिकाम्। श्रीललितामहात्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ We have finished 60, right? 60. रोदस्थोयहृतश्रमेण पथिकम् छायां तरोर्वृष्टितः भीतस्वत्तगृहं गृहस्थमतिथिः दीनप्रभं धार्मिकम् दीपं सन्तमसाकुलश्च शिखिनं शीतावृतत्वं तथा चेतः सर्वभयापहं व्रजसुखं शम्भोपदाम्बोरुहम् शम्भोपदाम्बोरुहम् Rajasukham. So the one which can give constant happiness, unblemished happiness, which is the feet of Parameshwara. That's what one should desire to attain. And then he says, well, he gave several examples which we went through. That was verse 60. So today we will continue with some discussions on bhakti itself, right? So 61 is the definition of bhakti or explanation of what is pure bhakti. Okay. Ankolam nijabija santatihi अयस्कान्तोपलं सूचिकाम् अङ्कोलं निजबीजसन्ततिः अयस्कान्तोपलं सूचिकाम् साध्वी नैजविभुं लताक्षितिरुहं सिन्धुः सरिद्वल्लभम् प्राप्नोति ह यथा तथा पशुपते पादारविन्दद्वयम् चेतो वृत्तिरूपेऽप्यतिष्ठति सदा सा भक्तिरित्युच्यते अङ्कोलं निजबीजसन्ततिः अह्यस्कान्तोपलं सूचिकाम् साध्वी नैजविभुं लदाक्षितिरुहं सिन्धुः सरिद्वल्लभम् प्राप्नोति हि यथा तथा पशुपते पादारविन्दस्वयम् हेतो वृत्तिरूपेऽप्यतिष्ठति सदा सा भक्तिरित्युच्यते. So sa bhakti iti uchyate. So bhakti iti uchyate. So we call that bhakti. What do we call that as bhakti? So that is the explanation in the first three verses. So in order to say that your bhakti is true bhakti, so what we should do? Cheto vritti. Cheto vritti. Cheto vritti means the journey or the direction in which the mind travels. Chetaha, cheto vritti. The things by which the mind gets attracted, the mind finds happiness, satisfaction. So cheto cheto vritti, the tishtati, where padaravindatvayam rupepe tishtati. If constantly you are able to think of and surrender yourself to the Parameshwara and think of his feet only, then nothing else occupies your mind. If you can achieve that state of mind, then your bhakti towards Parameshwara is the true bhakti. So that's what he's saying. So, pada he pasupate he pasupate cheto vriddhi padaravindatvayam upetya पादारविन्दद्वयम् उपेत्य सदा सदा तिष्ठति सदा तिष्ठति सा bhakti. So if your mind can completely surrender itself to this feet of Parameshwara and have no other thought occupying in that mind, that is the true definition of bhakti. So okay, so there are the best the place where one can go to understand bhakti is the Narada Bhakti Sutram, right? The Narada Bhakti Sutram, or before we even go to Narada Bhakti Sutram, what do we say? In Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ejana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhyukthanam Yogakshemam Vahamiham. That verse most of you will be very familiar. Ananyas Chintaya. Okay. Ananyas Chintaya. Mam yanto. So whoever puts his mind on me and without any other thought. So Ananyas Chintaya and yanto mam ye janaha, those people. Pari upasate. Upasate is people who worship. Pari upasate is constant devotion. Nothing else occupies his mind. So Ananyas Chintayanto mam Ejana Paripasate Tesham. For those people, I give you them Yoga Kshema Vahami Aham. Okay, so that is Krishna's definition as contained in Bhagavad Gita. And the Narada Bhakti Sutra, what he says, the way he defines it, it is something that one can only experience. The bhakti is not shown through lavish spending of money. You decorate the Lord with in gold and silver and everything, and then say, "Hey, I have shown my devotion to Lord by giving him some golden crown or silver kavacham and all those huge ornaments and whatnot." But your mind is not saying that. It is more what by Bhagavad Gita they say this is rajasam. Rajasam means you are doing all that more for your own glory, not because you are truly devoted to the Lord. So that's what Narada Bhakti, what he says is Gunarahitam, Kamana Gunarahitam, Kamana Gunam is okay, so if I go there, I will meet a lot of friends, I'll be able to talk to them, and I'll be able to show to them that I am constantly doing all this for the temple, all and say encouraging all kinds of activities in the temple. So that is my way of showing true bhakti. No, and in the same Gunarahitam, Kamana Pradikshanam, Vardhamanam, Avicchinnam, Sukshmataram, Anubhava Rupam. So, one more time, Guna Rahitam I have explained, Kamana Rahitam I have explained. The third one, Pradikshanam, Vardhamanam. So, with each passing second, because you are so totally involved in Paramesh, in whichever deity you choose, and whichever deity you through whom you try to realize the Brahman. So Pradikshanam Vardhamanam, and then Avichinnam. Avichinnam means there is no interruption. The Ananyas Chintayanta, I said the same thing. Avichinnam, there is no interruption in your thinking about the Lord. So Gunarahitam, Kamanarahitam, Pradikshanam Vardhanam, Avichinnam, and then Sukshmataram Anubhava Rupam. So that experience that you get, that you are being close to the Lord, that experience is purely, what is totally internal. It is not something that you can explain in words. Therefore, Sukshmataram Anubhava Rupam. That is Narada Bhakti Sutram definition. of what the bhakti is. And then he continues in the next sloka, if at all you are able to achieve that, if at all you are able to achieve that state, then what happens? Then what happens? Tat prapya, having attained that stage, tat prapya, tat eva avalokayati. Okay, in Bharatiyar Kavithaigal, we have say, பார்க்கும் இடங்களெல்லாம் நந்தலாலா உன் பச்சை முகம் தோன்றுதடா நந்தலாலா. In the sense, anything that I see, anything that I touch, everything is the experience of the Lord, and nothing else comes to my mind, and therefore, tad prapya, tat eva avalokayati. Everything that I see only Krishna, I see only Parameshwara. So, tat eva avalokayati, tat eva shrunoti, tat eva chintayati. So, okay. तत्प्राप्य तदेव अवलोकयति तदेव शृणोति तदेव चिन्तयति. So if that is the thought that is going to occupy your mind all the time, then what happens? Then what happens is whatever obstacles come in your way, you will not mind those obstacles. You will somehow overcome those obstacles and then try to reach your destination, which is the realization of the feet of the Lord. So that is why. So whatever obstacles will not deter you or distract you from the path that you want to pursue. That is the true bhakti, which is what Paramad Shankara describes in through various examples in the first three lines. Okay. Ankolam Nija Bija Santadishi Ayaskantopalam Suchika Sadvi Naija Vibhum Lathakshitiruham Sindhu Sarit Vallabham. So, how many examples? Ankolam Nija Bija Santadihi. That is the first example. The second example, Ayaskantopalam Suchika. That is the second example. Third example, Sadvi Naija Vibhum. Third example. Fourth example, Latha Kshitiruham. And the fifth example, Sindhu Sarit Vallabham. Sindhu Sarit Vallabham. So that reminds me of the one of the lectures of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. What he used to say, the true bhakti is something which is the what you can what are the comparable examples according to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, the devotion that the mother shows towards the child. Okay, பால் நினைந்தூட்டும் சாயினும் சாலப் பரிந்து. So that the love and affection that the mother shows towards the child. The second example, according to Paramahamsa, is the which is also found in this verse that we are going to talk about. The pativrata, the wife towards her husband. So that affection, that kind of an intimate feeling that she shows towards her husband. So the mother to the child, the pativrata, the sumangali to her husband, and the third one, the miser, whose devotion to the money that he keeps on accumulating from time, every second. So the lobby, the miser towards the money and the wealth and the possession that he wants to accumulate. That's the third example. And the fourth one, these three together is when you put all these things together, whatever the sum total of all that will be equal to the devotion that a true devotee shows towards the Lord. So that is Paramahamsa's explanation of bhakti. So we see that if you keep keeping that thought in your mind, now you see the example. First one, Ankolam Nijabija Santati. Ankolam is some kind of a tree, some kind of a berry tree, let us say. In Tamil we call it iranjal. So ankolam. So think of it as a berry tree. Ankolam nija bija santati. So that the seeds of the tree always attach in a row to the tree. So ankolam nija bija santati. The second one, Ayaskantopalam Suchika. Suchika is the needle, right? Ayaskantopalam the magnetic stone and this the needle. So both of them always attract each other, right? Ayaskantopalam suchika ankolam nija bija santati ayaskantopalam suchika sadvi naija vibhum sadvi naija vibhum. The vibhum means the Lord. So Sadhvi, so the one who is the associated person. So when Naija Sadhvi, who is the one, the Pativrata or the wife, she always seeks the husband, company of the husband. So the third one, Ankolam Nijabija Santadihi Ayaskanto Palam Suchika Sadhvi Naija Vibhum Lata Tritiruham. Triti is earth. Uruham means something that grows, which is nothing but tree. So Tritiruham means tree. So Tritiruham, so Lata Tritiruham, the creeper plant, see, needs a company of the tree to support it and for it to grow. So Lata Tritiruham, then Sindhu Saridvallabham. Sindhu Saridvallabham. Sindhu is the river. Saridvallabham is the association of all the rivers, which is this ocean, right? So Sarid Vallabham, Sindhu, all the rivers eventually go towards the sea. Whatever obstacles come in their way, they eventually tear those obstacles and then go and reach the sea. So Sindhu Sarid Vallabham. So those are the five examples. Ankolam Nijabija Santati Ayaskanto Palam Suchika Sadvinai Javibum Latha Sindhu Sarit Vallabham Prapnoti. So they have Prapnoti means so how they seek after and finally achieve their destination, achieve their objective. So Prapnoti. Yatha Tatha, in the same way, Cheto Vritti. Yatha tatha Pashupate is the invocation I will told him. Cheto vriddhi Pashupate Padarabindadvayam upetya Padarabindadvayam upetya. Having finally, got reached the feet of the surrender, the devotee surrenders himself completely to the feet of Parameshwara. So having surrendered himself to that, his destination, which is the feet of the Lord. So Cheto Vritti, Pashupate, Padaravinda Upetya, Sada Tishtati, Sa Bhakti. So if you are able to constantly devote your mind to the feet of the Lord, that is without any other thought, that is the true bhakti. That's they exactly the same as what was explained in Narada Bhakti Sutra and in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Ankolam nijabija sansatis ayaskantopalam suchikam sadvi naija vibhum lathatritiruham sindhu sarid vallabham prapnoti hi yata tata pashupate पादारविन्दद्वयम् चेतो वृत्तिरूपेऽप्यतिष्ठति तिष्ठति सदा सा bhaktiritयुच्यते. So one more time and then we'll go to the next verse. Ankolam nijabija santatihi ayaskantopalam suchika sadvi naija vibhum latakshitiruham sindhu sarid vallabham प्राप्नोति यथा तथा पशुपते पादारविन्दद्वयम् चेतो वृत्तिरूपेऽप्यतिष्ठति सदा सा bhaktiritयुच्यते. So that is the definition of bhakti or explanation of how to understand what bhakti is. And that is the verse 61. Then the next one is verse 62. Verse 62, uh, the Shankara compares the devotee to the child and the bhakti as the mother to the child, right? So in the previous one, as I was explaining Paramahamsa, we said that the love and affection and attention that the mother gives to the child in order to ensure that the child gets absolute protection, food, and then clothes, everything that the child needs, the mother gives. So the parents give. So in the same way, the bhakti, which is the mother, brings up the devotee. Devotee means devotee's mind by providing him various things. And what are the various things that bhakti provides to the devotee? And the experience, the final, how it takes the devotee towards the realization of the Lord, is explained in the next verse. Okay. Anandashravisathanoti pulakam नैर्मल्यतश्चादनं वाचा शङ्खमुखे स्थितैश्च सर्जरा मूर्तिश्चरित्रामृतैः रुद्राक्षैर्वसितेन देववपुषो रक्षां भवद्भावना पर्यङ्के विनिवेश्य भक्तिजननी भक्तार्भकं रक्षति. So there's some mistake in this. I'll take some other thing. Okay. आनन्दाश्रुभिरातनोति पुलकं नैर्मल्यतश्चादनं वाचा शङ्खमुखे स्थितैश्च जठरा पूर्तिं चरित्रामृतैः रुद्राक्षैर्हसितेन देववपुषो रक्षा भवद्भावना पर्यङ्के विनिवेशय भक्तिजननी भक्तार्भकं रक्षति. So the last line, Bhakti Janani Bhakta Arbakam Rakshati. So Bhakti Janani Bhakta Arbakam Rakshati. Bhakti is the mother. So Bhakti Janani Bhakta Arbakam. So the Arbakam means the young one, the child, or the young one of anything. So it can be a cub, it can be a calf, it can be anything. So Bhakta Arbakam Rakshati. It protects the Bhakta, who is like a child. So Bhakti as the mother, Bhakti Janani, Bhakta Arbakam Rakshati. How does it protect them? So in order to protect the child, in order to help the child grow, various things have to be done from time to time. So you have to give a bath, give it nice warm clothes, and then you have to give it nice food, and then you have to give him vaccination or medicines or whatever it is to protect the child from time to time. And then every day in the night you have to put him nicely to bed, and then take care of the child in order to protect it from all difficulties. So those are the activities that the mother does. And in the eyes of Shankara, what kind of activities that bhakti does in order to protect that bhakta. So first one, Anandastrabiratanoti, Anandastrabiratanoti, Pulakam Nirmalyadaschadhanam, Anandastrabiratanoti Pulakam Nirmalyadaschadhanam. So first one is for the give a nice bath, and number two, Nirmalyada Chadanam. So give some kind of a cloth, a dress. So Chadanam is a drape or a dress. So that is the one. Then Ananda Srubi Athanoti Pulakam Nirmalyata Chadanam Vacha Shankamukhe Sthitaischa Jatara Purtim Charitramrutai. So you have to, we'll explain all of that. Rudrakshair hasitena deva vapusho raksha bhavad bhavana. So four or five activities. Anandastrabhi satanoti pulakam. Anandastrabhi atanoti. Then pulakam, the second one. Nirmalyadas chadanam, third one. Vacha shankamuke. Then the shankamuke sthitaicha. That is the third one. Jhatara Purtim Charitramrataihi. Then Rudrakshair Hasitena Raksha Rudrakshair Hasitena Deva Vapusho. And then Bhavad Bhavana Paryanke Viniveshya. So the five things he's explaining. What are the five things? The first one, Ananda Shrubirata Noti. Ananda Ashtrabihi. Ananda Ashtrabihi means And when you are in the company of a lot of devotees in the temple, so they all sing, they all dance, they are good, and then you get a good vibration. Let us say, let that vibration that you get as a result of that vibration. So I have seen people saying, "I'm getting goosebumps. I'm feeling so excited about with all these things that is going all around me." And I'm looking at the decorations, I'm looking at the garlands, I'm looking at those colorful dresses. All these things make me feel so excited. I'm getting goosebumps, and and for some people, they go one step further. They get they you know they tears roll in their eyes whenever the songs are being sung. That Ananda Amrita Varshani. So that has as a result of the happiness that they are able to enjoy in the satsang, Ananda Ashtrabihi, Ananda Ashtrabihi. Ashtrabihi, the tears that one gets is able to realize as a result of that of satsang, as a result of that company. That is the one, the bath that the bhakti as a mother gives the bath to the bhakta through those tears of happiness. Anandastrupi. Then Pulakam, the goosebumps that one gets. Pulakam, Anandashtrabi, the first one. Pulakam is the next one. The third one, Nairmalyataschadanam. Nairmalyata means so blemishless, nirmalam, right? So there is no malam, so which means blemishless, where blemishless mind. So the whatever bad thoughts that you have, they are all removed, and your mind is now having only the feelings of the Lord, and so you are pure now. Satsangatve, Nitsangatam, Nishangate, Nirmudatvam, Nirmudate, Nirmalatatvam, right? So that the Nirmala Tattvam that you are able to realize as a result of that satsang, as a result of everything that's being done there, because of your involvement. If you are not involved, you are not going to realize that. So when you are fully involved, you are able to have that nirmalyam, the nirmala malam is removed from your mind, that nirmala chintanam. So that is the dress that the bhakti provides to the bhakta. So Ananda Ashtrabihi, number one, Pulakam, number two, number three, Nirmalyada Chadanam, the dress that the mother gives to the child. The third one, Vasha Shankamukhe. See, Vacha is not the words, the stutis, the prayers that you are able to utter. Vacha Shankamukhe. Shankamukhe means if the mouth is like a conch, then the Shankamukhe. It is the mouth then becomes the what the opening of the conch, Shankamukhe. So Vacha Shankamukhe. Vacha Shankhamukhe Sthitaicha Jatara Purtim Charitramrutaihi. So a lot of words Charitra Amrutaihi. The Charitra means the Lord's Leelas, Lord's stories, Lord's greatness, slokas and Lord. All of them are the one which provide immense happiness. You are able to utter, and through that, so you are realizing the happiness. Shankamukhe. Shankamukhe sthitaisha. Through the sthitaisha means seated. So Vacha Shankamukhe sthitaisha. Jatara Purtim. Jatara Purtim. Charitra Amrutaihi. So the Charitra Amrutam that you are rendering in the form of slokas through your mouth fills your tummy. The tummy is like filling the tummy of the bhakta through with what? With the Ananda Amritam. So Vacha Shankamukhe Sthitaish Jatara Purtim Charitramrutaihi. Then finally, there are two more things, the protection or the medicines or the whatever the things that the mother applies. You can think of it as a balm or medicine or whatever it is. Rudrakshair Basitene. Rudraksha is the bead that we are all wearing. Basitena is the vibhuti that we are wearing. So Rudrakshair Basitena Vapusha Raksham Vapusha, sorry, Rudrakshair Vapushene Vapusha Raksham. So the body is protected, but it's also that when we say that Swamena Panchadasena Madhyavidam Vadena Sakarena Raksha. So the vibhuti that we are taking is supposed to provide the protection to all of us. Rudraksham is supposed to provide the protection. So Rudrakshena, Basitena, Vapusho Raksham, Deva Vapusho Raksham, all these things are given. And then finally the child is to be put to bed also. And that bed, how does it go? So you spend your time in very silent meditation with the thoughts of the Lord completely occupying your mind, the total silence, the meditation. Bhavad bhavena, bhavad bhavena, paryanke viniveshaya. So, and paryankam is cot, bed, whatever you think of. So, paryanke viniveshya means to put the child to bed so that it can sleep peacefully. These are the activities that bhakti as a mother takes to provides the bhakta through it, because of all which eventually the bhakta is able to grow up and realize the Lord. Okay, so Ananda Shribisha Atanoti, the one word I did not explain. Atanoti is to provide to uh, educate is not a good word, so provide, let us say, provide is the closest to the word that we can explain. So, Ananda Shrubiratano Pulakam Nirmalyataschadanam Vacha Shankamuke Sthitaicha Jatara Purtim Prisatramrutaihi Rudrakshaiर्हसितेन देववपुषो रक्षा भवद्भावना पर्यङ्के विनिवेशय भक्तिजननी bhaktarbakam rakshati. So if you are taking notes, the Anandashravi number one, Pulakam number two, Nailmalyadaschadhanam number three, Vacha Shankam Kestitaischa, Jatara Purtim Charitram Bhujai. Third, Rudrakshair Hasitena Vapusho Raksha. Four, Bhavad Bhavana Paryanke is five. These are the five activities that bhakti as a mother provides to bhakta, the child. Okay. Ananda Shrubira Tanoti Pulakam Nirmalyataschadanam Vacha Shankamuke Sthitaischa Jatara Purtim Charitramrutaihi Rudrakshairhasitena Deva Vapusho Raksha Bhavadbhavana Bhavana Parchinke Viniveshya Bhakti Janani Bhaktarbakam Rakshati. What is the third? 62. Then the 63, again, what happens, there are two things that is the important thing is the devotion, the mind is the most important thing. The previous thing, what did we say? Gunarahitam, Kamanarahitam, Pradikshana Vardhamanam. So that was the Narada Bhakti Sutra. So what is more important is the mind. How the mind is devoted to the Lord that you are praying, and when you are, so all the time your thought is occupied by the Lord. So then what happened to Kanappa Nayanar? Anything, whenever he saw the Shiva, he thought that Shiva is now very angry. Shiva is in tears. Shiva, there is blood coming out of his eyes. Everything that he saw, but then he was not in normal, the eyes of the normal world, he was not qualified to be a devotee. He was not qualified to touch the lingam. He was not, the things that he offered to the Lord were not the things that were acceptable in the normal sense of the world. But however, everything, all of those things that he offered, all of those things that he offered to Lord were all were happily accepted by the Lord. So that is so. The mindset of the devotee is more important than the activities that he do, the things that you offer, and that is what he is explaining in the next chapter, next words. मार्गावर्तितपादुका पशुपते मार्गावर्तितपादुका पशुपते रङ्गस्य कूर्चायते गण्डूषाम्बुनिषेचनं पुररिपो दिव्याभिषेकायते किञ्चिद्भक्षितमांसशेषकबलं नव्योपहारायते भक्तिः किं न करोत्यहो वनचरो भक्तावतंसायते मार्गावर्तितपादुका पशुपते रङ्गस्य कूर्चायते गण्डूषाम्बुनिषेचनं पुररिपोः देव्या देह स दिव्याभिषेकायते किञ्चिद्भक्षति मांसशेषकबलम् नव्योपहारायते भक्तिः किं न करोत्यहो वनचरो भक्तावतंसायते vanacharaha means what somebody what a hunter a Vedan in Tamil we say the hunter so vanacharaha somebody who lives in the forest who has not been educated who has not been brought up in the city's civilized lives he does whatever his mind tells him to do. So vanachara hai, vanacharo bhakta avathamsayate. Avatamsa means the crest crown, right? Bhakta avatamsa, the one he is the best of the devotees. So vanachara hai bhakta avatamsayate. By what? Not by all the slokas and stutis and suktas that he chants, not by the gold crown and silver kavacham that he offers to the Lord, not by the extended amounts of prayers or abhishekams that he performs, but whatever the mind with the true devotion with which he offered all those things, that makes him the best of devotees. So bhakti kim na karoti. So it was his prayers were accepted by the Lord with more happiness than their prayers offered by others. Therefore, bhakti kim na karoti. So bhakti kim na karotya hovanacharo bhaktavatam sayate. So that is the full final line. So importance of true devotion. The importance of true devotion and reminds me of a few verses in Bhagavad Gita also. So, Bhagavad Gita, the final one in chapter 17, he talks about the Shraddha, right? So, Arjuna asks Krishna, hey Krishna, the one who has not been taught, one who is not offering the Shraddha, I mean, one who is not truly, how to explain, one who is not true showing that has not studied the Shastras, one who has not understood the ways of praying and all that. So he still offers prayers to the Lord. How do you define that? Is it sattva? Is it rajas? Is it tamasa? What is it? And then Krishna spends almost 25, 26 slokas to explain what is sattva, what is rajas, what is tamasam and all. And then the final sloka of chapter 17, what he says, this is what it is, chapter 17. Finally, the last one. Ashraddhaya hutam tattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asadityuchyate partar nachatat pretya no iha. Ashraddhaya hudam tattam. Ashraddhaya hudam tattam tapastaptam kritam chayat. So, you did what all do you say? You give a lot of gifts, okay? Dattam means a lot of gifts, like everything, dhanam that you give, and then you do a lot of tapas, then you do whatever activities, okay? Tapas, taptam, kritam cha him, and then asat iti uchyate. Asat iti uchyate. Asat uchyate partha nacha tad pretya no yaha. So that one that it is not going to take you to heaven. So it is not going to be helpful in this world also because people will see through your shallowness. Therefore, ashraddhaya hudam tattam तपस्तप्तं कृतं च यत् असत् इति uchyate partha na cha tat pretya no iha. So it is not going to take you to heaven, nor is it going to be useful in this life. So that is the definition of asat. Asat, something which is done without shraddha. So most important thing is to show shraddha, true devotion in everything that you do. And also then they have another place, another place, what he says is, um, uh, अभिचित्सु दुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्मान् अन्यभाग् साधुरेव च मन्तव्य सम्यक् वसितो हि सः सत्के अभिचित्सु दुराचारो even if somebody who is following durachara, right? That's like the vanachara. So abhichetsu duracharo bhajate mam anyabhak. So his devotion towards me cannot be questioned. So he is that kind of without any compromise. He is completely devoted to me. He is completely thinking about me. So abhichetsu duracharo bhajate mam anyabhag. Yeah, then that person, I will consider him as a true devotee only. Sadhu reva cha mantavya samyak vasitosi hai. Because that guy, samyak vyavasito here, means that the one, he has got a true resolution. The resolution is that the Lord is mine. I am committed to the Lord. Therefore, I'm going to spend all my time thinking about the Lord, and all my activities I surrender unto the Lord. So that is chapter 9. So that person's devotion is more acceptable to me. That's what Krishna also says. That's what here also the Kannapa, the story of Kannapa, we all heard. And then this is the concept that he is establishing in this verse 63. Margavardita paduka pashupade rangasya kurchayate. Kurcha means what? Whenever we perform abhishek to the Lord, we make three darabhastas for the bus, and then we make a korcham and then put the korcham on top of the lingam and then pour water on that, right? So the korcham. So rangasya kurchayate. What is the korcham that Kanapa offered to the Lord? He took the slippers that he was wearing, and those slippers which he was wearing to walk across the forest, and he put those two slippers on top of the lingam, and then which is next act we will see. So marga avartita paduka. So the slippers that he was wearing, that for those padukas, Pashupatehe Rangasya Kurchayate. See, he made a kurcham using those pathakas. Then what did he do? For Abhishekam, what did he do? Gandusha, Ambu, the a mouthful of water which he took from the river. That one, Gandusha, is the mouthful. Gandusha, Ambu, Nishechanam. The water which he took from the river, which was in his mouth, the mouthful of water, Nishechanam. Nishechanam means he was spit on the lingam in a way as though he was performing abhishekam. Therefore, Gandushambu Nishechanam Puraripo, the one who is the enemy of the Tripuras. So that is Parameshwara. He Puraripo, this is an invocation in the second line. He Pashupate is in the first line. He Puraripo, Gandusha Ambu Nishechanam Divya Abhishekayate. It became the Abhishekam that Kanapa performed on you, and you accepted it. So, Margavartida Paduka Pashupate Rangasya Kurchayate Gandushambunishechanam Puraripo Divya Abhishekayate. Then what did he offer as Nevedyam? He had taken the mamsam that he had hunted for the day. He put it on some leaves and he took it to Parmeshwara and he offered it as his Nevedyam. And that's what the third line, Kinchid Bakshita. And before he offered it to Parmeshwara, he wanted to make sure that that the taste of the food that he was offering is good, so that Parameshwara will enjoy the food that he is offering. Therefore, Bhakshita Mamsam, after he took a bite of in our homes, we say, no, no, this is Devidyam, don't touch, and you shouldn't even, put it in your mouth, and you should cook without touching. So, but in the case of Kanappa, what he did, Kinchid Bhakshita Mamsa Shesha Kabalam, Sesha Kabalam. After he has tasted the food, made sure that it is not hot, made sure it is acceptable, made sure it is tasty, then he offered that food to Parameshwara and Navyopharayate. It became the Nevedyam which was enjoyed by Parameshwara. So, Kinchid Bhakshita Mamsasesha Kabalam Navyopaharayate. So, if your devotion is true, then what else is will more satisfying to the Lord. That's what he says. Bhakti kim na karotyaho vanacharo bhaktavatam sayate. So that is the sloka taking the things from Kanapa story and the Bhagavad Gita concepts of Shraddha as more important than the acts that you do. Okay. Bhargavavartida paduka pashupate rangasya kurchayate gandu shambunishechanam puraripo divyabhishekayate किञ्चित् भक्षितमांसशेषकबलं नव्योपहारायते भक्तिः किं न करोत्यभो वनचरो भक्तावतं सायते. So the next one is
Mama, in the
the
first line, la Pashupate Angasya ilya. Pashupate
Pasupateha
Rangasya
Angasya.
Angasya.
Okay, அடுத்தது the next one वक्षस्थाडनमन्तकस्य कठिना पस्मारसम्मर्दनं भूभृत्पर्यटनं नमत्सुरशिर कोटीरसङ्कर्षणम् कर्मेदं मृदुलस्य तावकपद द्वन्द्वस्य किं वोचितं मच्चेतो मणिपादकाविहरणं शम्भो शम्भो सदाङ्गीकुरु शम्भो सदाङ्गीकुरु वक्षस्ताडनमन्दकस्य कठिनापस्मारसम्मर्दनम् भूभृत्पर्यटनं नमत्सुरशिर कोटीरसङ्कर्षणम् कर्मेदं मृदुलस्य तावकपद द्वन्द्वस्य किं वोचितं मच्चेतो मणिपादकाविहरणं शम्भो सदाङ्कीकुरु. Okay, मच्चेतो मणिपादुकाविहरणं शम्भो सदाङ्गी कुरु. So sadha anki kuru means angikaranam means accept, right? So sada anki kuru. So please accept my heart as your padukas, so that you can wear it and go wherever you want to go. So he is offering his mind, his as the padukas to Parameshwara. So Macheto, my mind, my manas, right? My heart. Macheto Manipaduka Viharanam. So please wear it as your padukas, Mani Paduka, the one studded with stones, right? So Mani Paduka Viharanam. Viharanam means to wear it. Mani Paduka Viharanam Shambho Sadhanki Kuru. Please accept it and we please wear it, and then you go wherever you are going. That means what? Let my heart constantly be part of you. Well, please accept my devotion towards you, and therefore that devotion is expressed through the mind, right? Therefore, macheto anki kuru. In what form? In the form of a paduka. So that is the last line. That is the prayer that Shankara is offering to the Lord. And what kind of paduka and why he needs that paduka? that is what he is explaining in the first three lines. The first one, वक्षस्थाडनम् अन्धकस्य मन्दकस्य वक्षस्थाडन अन्धकस्य वक्षस्थाडनम् andakasya. Andaka means yama, right? See, the yama who came to kill, who came to take away Markandeya. So the Parameshwara he kicked him on his chest. That is the story in the Mrityunjaya. So Vachasthadanam Andakasya. With his feet he kicked the Yama and he protected Markandeya. So Vakshasthadanam Andakasya. That is the first one. That's those feet which were used to kick the Yama in order to protect Markandeya. That's number one. The second one, Katina Apasmara Sammardhanam. Apasmara Sammardhanam. So this also most of you may know the story. So you have seen in all the temples that Nataraja is standing on Apasmara, right? In Tamil we call him Muyalagan. So Apasmara is the one the Ashura was created by the rishis when Shiva came to fight with the rishis who were doing unacceptable things in the Tharukavanam. So when Parameshwara came and he fought with the rishis, and the rishis created this asura to fight with Parameshwara, and he killed him. And how did he kill that Apasmara? By stamping him, right? So that is why in the temples, the at the feet of Nataraja, the Apasmara's the back is being stamped by Nataraja. The Apasmaram is the representation of Ajnanam. Ajnanam is completely removed. The destruction of Ajnanam and the creation of the realization of the Lord is signified through the stamping of the back of Apasmara. So, Apasmara Sammardhanam. Apasmara Sammardhanam. Katina Sammardhanam. So, very heavily he stamped his feet. So, Katina Apasmara Sammardhanam. So, Andakasya Vakshasthadanam, Katina Apasmara Sammardhanam, then Bhuprut Paryatanam, Bhuprut Paryatanam. Bhuprut means what? Bhuprut is the hills. So Shiva is in Kailasha, he is aboard, and he would travel everywhere on those mountains. Therefore, Bhuprut Paryatanam, going everywhere on the hills. So that's the third one. For all this, he has to use his feet. Vakshasthadanam Katinapasmara Sammardhanam Bhuprut Paryatanam. And then all the devas, everybody in the Devaloka, they come and fall at his feet. And in the same thing, you might have heard for those who are attending the Padaravinda classes, you would have seen so many verses in Mukha Panchadati where the Mukha Kavi says that Ambal's feet are how they are constantly, such a soft feet to what kind of difficulties they are exposed because of the constantly grind constantly against the stones in the crowns of the devas and the Devaloka trees who come and fall at her feet. So there are several verses which explain nicely how everyone comes and falls at the feet of Ambar. So that is Mukha Panchasati. And again, in Saundarya Lahari also similar examples are given that how the Ambal's feet, all the devas and including Indra, they come and fall, and how they grind against the feet of Ambal. The same concept here. Namat Surashira Kotira Sangarshanam. Namat Sura Shira Kotira. The Kotira means the crowns. So the Kotiram, which is on the heads of the devas, who are falling at the feet of Parameshwara, Sangarshanam. So Sangarshanam means to grind against. So Andakasya Vajrastadanam, Apasmara Sammardhanam, Bhubrut Paryatanam, Namatsurasura Kotira Sangarshanam. So all these things, karma, if all these activities, idam for idam mrudulasya, because of all this, without proper padukas, your soft feet are exposed to a lot of difficulties. Therefore, I am offering you my heart as padukas, so that your feet will be appropriately protected. Hey Parameshwara, please wear my mind as those padukas and protect yourself properly. And I'm offering you this paduka, mind as padukas, and please accept them. So karme mrudulasya tavakapada dvandasya. So very soft feet, the 2 feet of yours, kim vochitam. So the one which are subjected to the difficulties, in order to protect them, while you are carrying out all these activities, I am offering my mind as the padukas. Okay. Vatrasthadanam katina pasmara sammardhanam bobrut paryatanam namatsurasira kotira sangarshanam karmedam mrudulasya thavakapada dvandasya kimvochitam मच्चेतो मणिपादका विहरणं शम्भो मदाङ्की सदाङ्की कुरु भक्षस्ताडनमन्तकस्य कठिनापस्मारसम्मर्दनं भूभृत्पर्यटनं नमच्छुरशिर कोटीरसङ्कर्षणम् कर्मेदं मृदुलस्य तापकपद द्वन्द्वस्य किं वोचितं मच्चेतो मणिपादुका विहरणं शम्भो सदाङ्की कुरु. So that is verse 64. We'll keep it at that for today. So I think we will have the next week is the day after Shivaratri. Hopefully we'll all be able to assemble. That perhaps may be our last class for the current season, because I'm going away for 2 months and I'll be back only by May 15th. So we'll see how it goes next class. So we will finish a few more verses. And what I would ask is, before I go, I will record the up to 65 or whatever thing. So keep practicing it and keep chanting in whatever you want to do those 2 months. Then we will continue the classes once I come back. Okay. Oh, Namah Shivaya, and then we'll have a great Shivaratri. We'll see you on Monday. Monday will be the final class of the day after Shivaratri. Okay. Namaskar. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskaram,
Thank you,
sir.
Mama.
Namaskaram,
Namaskar.
Mama. Thank you, Mama.